Yay!
Y'all should get ready, and I hope that you're ready to party. Get your hair done, get your nails done, put on makeup if you wanna have fun, yeah. If you know that you're ready to party.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Liyadances, and I'm back at it again with another video. You know what, Guan? When I have this book, you already know what's about to happen. Okay, so as you can see by the title already, I'm going to be speaking about a very big part of my life and what happened and everything that has to do with that. If you're an OG, you would really want to know like everything that has to do with this. So before we get started, please subscribe to my channel. We just hit 50k subscribers and I'm so happy because we're at 48 of, we've been in 40k for like a year, but that's my own doing. I've not been consistent with you guys. You can follow me on all my social media platforms. I'm active everywhere. Media. This year I said I'm going all out for you guys. Okay. Oh, also, nobody should ask me why I'm wearing a beanie in this 40-degree hot country. It's so hot, but gang. So let me just give you a little backstory. So DWP is a dance academy in Ghana. It's one of the best, and I don't really know how to put things. It's like a curricular activity to do in Ghana, and there's not many. Dancing is one thing that Ghana is very well known for, and they are just kind of, you know, finding ways to make money out of dancing, and they are also doing it because they love it. Okay, so in 2017 I would have been 15. I've been dancing for a while. I've been dancing for a long while. My mom is in the dance industry kind of, and she looked for dancers to come and teach me and my siblings how to dance because she was hosting like a kids dance class. I started dancing with, actually, like, there was this woman that was teaching us first before I met Mr. Drew, who is now a musician, and Mr. Showtime, who is also a dancer. Also Beckett GH, but I don't really know of his whereabouts right now. I'm not really in contact with him, so I can't really say much about him. I'm so sorry if you can hear like screaming and cocks. I've said this and I'll say it again. I live in the bush. But yeah, those are the people that I start when it comes to the guys. Those are the people I started dancing with: Beckett, GH, Mr. Drew, and Mr. Showtime. Beckett left, and I was dancing with the two of them, and then I think Dance God Lloyd joined the gentleman for a while. I'm not very sure. I just know that they were like contacts, they were friends, and then they were dancing, because that's how I met Lloyd. Then they also fell out, and then in came Ziggy. So then I was dancing with Ziggy for a while, but not only Ziggy. When I say Ziggy, I mean Ziggy was part of the gentleman, which is Mr. Drew and Mr. Showtime. You understand? He became the third member now. So I was also dancing with Ziggy, but Ziggy wasn't around for too long, same as Lloyd. Now Mr. Drew don't go find music. He said he don't want to dance again. He said he wants to do music. So we're all happy for him, and yeah, like that's that. And Mr. Showtime was never really in Ghana. He's American based. He was in Ghana all that time, but then he moved to America officially and has been staying there for a couple of years now. Around the time that Ziggy, Mr. Drew, and Mr. Showtime were in the group together, just before they split up, Afrobeats and Dance God Lloyd had already started their own dance classes. My mom is someone who, like, if people are having beef, that doesn't have anything to do with you. So she convinced me to go to both classes. Mr. Drew and Mr. Showtime split up. Now there's only one dance class I can go to. I was going to dance class. I was, for a while, the only person who was coming, me and maybe like 3 other people. I used to bring friends sometimes. That's how I got Lena to come with me, my ex-best friend. We were 15, 16 and just dancing on the roads of Accra, as someone who was trying to bully me said in SHS. So yeah, we were just, you know, having fun. I wasn't doing it for the money. I was genuinely doing it because I liked dancing. I liked being with them. They are very nice people. Do you understand? You can see it from social media. Being with them all the time, very good energy, everything was fine. With this being said, I am the first member of DWP Academy. So they started this whole DWP Academy thing. I don't really remember when Quabbles came into the whole thing, but from the interviews and things, he was there before. I just don't think I ever saw or noticed him at the dance classes. Okay, so I'm not really going to like say anything about that because I don't know. I talk with my hands a lot, I'm sorry. But yeah, everything was fine. And then I introduced Rolly, which is Champion Rolly, to DWP because at the time I met Rolly at the gentleman's dance class, and obviously they had stopped. And if you like dancing, I'm just like putting everybody on, like, oh, Lloyd and Nick, they are these other dancers and they are hosting a class, so you should pull up. And then Rolly pulled up, and then he also like started coming. He was very consistent and everything like that. Moving on, we're just gonna skip because that was like 3 years I was with them dancing and everything. So we're just gonna skip to 2020 after Wasi. After Wasi, mind you, we Lloyd and Afrobeats and I had an altercation. Is that the way to put it? I did something. I kind of lost their trust. Yes, that's how I'll put it. So we weren't really on the best of terms for like a good 6 months to a year. But let's move on. We kind of got over it 2020, where everything was cool by my knowledge. After Wasi, I was going to class consistently, rehearsal. I was doing everything. I was there, and I have footage to show for all this, do you understand? But it was Corona, it was COVID. We're kind of limited, weren't seeing each other as much, but we're still seeing each other on the low, especially after Wasi, when everything was kind of going back to normal. After Wasi is September 2020. And then in December, another thing happened, which I would put as they did to me. And I just said, I don't think I want to be here anymore. They didn't say anything. They didn't physically do anything. Okay, so I don't want people to get the wrong idea or anything like that. In 2020, I kind of made a decision. It was on my birthday, and I made a decision, and I said, I don't think I want to be doing this anymore. Fast forward, everything was fine from 2021, beginning of 2021 to the ending of 2022. Everything was fine for me. I wasn't suffering. Do you understand? I feel like people have joined DWP and left because either they weren't getting what they wanted, and it was never really like that for me. It was just more of a feeling. I felt like I don't need to be here. I felt like I didn't need to be there, so I left. It was a very good 2 years for me, do you understand? I traveled. I went to the UK. I got enough money to travel. I worked with Malta Guinness. I was a video vixen for Herman Suede and Mr. Drew. Like, I wasn't like a deadbeat. I wasn't like not doing anything with my life. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I was okay. I was comfortable. However, I do feel like I rushed into a relationship because it was more of a situationship. And even though everything was kind of fine on the outside, on the inside, I just wasn't as happy as I know I could be. I wasn't laughing as hard as I used to. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I don't know if that makes any sense. And I feel like because I was so heartbroken from leaving DWP, I like to distract yourself. Do you understand? When you go through a heartbreak, you know the kind of stages that you go through. And to distract myself, I kind of rushed into a relationship with somebody. And it wasn't a relationship, that's what I'm saying. Them take me for idiots, but I rushed and I wasn't thinking, and I was just like, oh, I'm happy, so let me do this, and I only live once, and so you understand, so I'm just doing. Even with that, I was still going to dance class, not consistently, but I wasn't motivated to do more or do better. Does not make any sense. I hope everybody is, that was the whole situation. In 2021, things with this guy and I kind of like came down, and in 2022 it was just like I need to get back on track. Like 2022 was like my healing year, and I was obviously getting back on track, and everything was fine, to be honest. Yeah, the more healing I'm doing, the more I'm realizing like what type of girl I am, how I like to do my things. So I noticed my style of productivity and Because 2022 was my healing year, I kind of like went back to old times and I was like, what was making me so productive? Why did I want to do YouTube so bad back in the day? Why did I want to do this? It's kind of like I'm trying to get in tune with my old feelings or with my old self to be able to give you me. Do you understand? It's like I forgot myself. Within that period, I kind of noticed my style of productivity, and then I was like, when I used to rehearse 5 hours a day from 11 or so 12, from 12 to 4, so 4 hours, sorry, I was very productive. I had a routine. I knew that on I think it was Tuesdays and Thursdays at the time, Tuesdays and Thursdays I have to do this. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So any other day I can do whatever I want to do. Now it's kind of different because like rehearsal days are so that's 4 days a week now. They're rehearsing even more. So it's just like, should I go back to this to be able to get myself back in check? You understand? Because it's kind of a no off days thing. This is what this work is like. And if you take a break or you relax too long, you go start the colo. Everything will not really work out for you. So this is my style of productivity. On New Year's, Rolly had sent me a very, very, very heartwarming text message, and it was just like, he's very proud of me and but why don't I consider coming back to DWP? And at the time it was already on my mind, you understand, but I was just like, I'm not so sure right now. I went over to his place and we spoke for like a good 2 hours. We spoke and I was just like, everything really he's saying right now is making so much sense. So let me think about it. I thought about it well. I thought about it for a long time, and then I was like, let me talk to people, because if there's one thing I have, is very good friends. I have like top tier friends. Do you understand? So I was like, oh, let me speak to some people. So I spoke to Jed. If you know Jed, you know Jed. I spoke to John, Yulia, Yvette. Yvette was a core. She was definitely needed. My two most important people I needed to speak to was Jed and Yvette. I also spoke to my mom, but I spoke to my mom last because I was like, let me get everybody else's opinion before I go to my mom. But everybody gave me their different points of view, and then I think I was very certain. My mom was the last person, and she was like, yeah, I think you should, because I'm not productive when you leave me to do things by myself. I procrastinate a lot, and I leave things to last minute to do, and I'll get it done and I'll do it well, all right, but I always leave things to last minute, and it's just that I need to get out of that behavior. Does that make any sense? I hope it makes sense. Like, it was decided that was like end of January, so it took a whole month for me to figure myself out. And then I said, let me speak to Afrobeats, because I want to know. Do you understand? And Afrobeats and I are not the bestest of friends. I mean, we're not the bestest of friends, but he was definitely the one I was closest to whilst I was there in a few years back. You understand? And he had a baby very recently, and I just texted him. That's how the conversation actually started. I texted him and I was like, I'm very, very, very proud of you. Like, you know, you have a baby. Do you understand? You have a baby, and I want to meet the baby. I'm saying the proud, like he went to the hospital room and went to have the child with his own, but yeah, I sent him a message, and then he was like, I can come and meet his baby. So I went over, held the baby, very gorgeous baby. Scrumdiddly, yum yum. And then we spoke, and he was like, as long as you are ready. That was the main thing I got from the conversation. Obviously there was like other things we spoke about, but he was like, as long as you are ready, no one can stop you. I really took that into consideration. So then the next person I had to speak to obviously was Quavos. I didn't get to speak to Lloyd because at the time I still don't even know, to be honest. So don't come and ask me questions like, is Lloyd in DWP? I don't know. Me, I'm in the, like, nobody knows. We don't know. It's really between the founders, you understand? So I don't know. I spoke to Quavos, and Quavos was like, he'll get back to me. So obviously I know that me just speaking, I can speak, but I'd have to, I mean, if it was a different time, if I wanted to go in like April or July or something, then it'd be like I'd have to wait for their response. But this time the audition was around the corner, you understand? It was 2 weeks away. So I was just like, let me audition. Not even let me audition, but let me speak to them before the audition, and I'll come for the audition as well. So then I spoke to them. Kobo said he would get back to me. Obviously, I've already said what Afrobeat said. Now it's just like, are you ready for this? Now it's up to you. It's up to you to appear to the audition. I can't lie, this whole audition is a whole other story on its own. I woke up with my heart in my ass. Obviously, I've known these people for time. Do you understand? They've watched me grow up, kind of thing. So my heart is beating, and I don't like small crowds. Do you understand? If you ask me to perform in front of my family members right now, no, not my family members, not my mom, my brothers, no, that's cool. I'm very comfortable with them, but like add small, like grandmother, grandfather, you know, maybe auntie, uncle, I go shy. So I don't like small crowds. Do you understand? Especially when people are expecting a lot from you. And I can't lie, DWP style of dancing, not even DWP dancing, but Ghana's style of dancing is very different from what I'm more in tune with. I'm very slow, you know, follow the beats kind of thing. They are very, you know, hitting the beats. Do you understand? They are very asokpo. Asokpo is very different from dance hall. Basically, let me just put it there. But it doesn't mean that I can't do asokpo. Do you understand? But I'm more in tune with dance hall. Before, DWP members used to audition with everybody else. You understand? So they could degrade you. And I've made a story time about this. If you haven't watched it already, go and watch it. So yeah, it's very, they can like bring you down. Because I've done the audition like 3 times already, I think. I already know how this thing goes down. And I was just like, do I want to do it? Am I sure I want to do it? So I went to my friend's place, Yulia's place, and I procrastinated. I sat there and I sat there and I sat there. We watched Rihanna's Super Bowl again. I wasn't sure I wanted to do it, and I was so nervous. And then she asked me like, Aliyah, isn't it time for the audition? I was just like, I don't think I want to go anywhere. I don't want to go. And she was like, nah, Aliyah, get up, leave my hostel, like you are going. And I was like, will you follow me? And then she came with me. I just needed more support. So my heart was in my ass the whole time from the time we had decided that we are leaving. You understand? So I put my shoes on, she got dressed, we ordered the boats because I didn't drive that day. So we got in the car. Now I'm just, I want to shit, like that's where I was. I wanted to release things from my stomach, but not. I actually tried at a hostel before like leaving. I tried. I was like, nah, maybe I'm just like something that's upset my tummy. Nothing, but I felt that I wanted to do something. I was no, my heart is beating. So then I got to the studio, and I think the car ride, it went down, but when I got to the studio, it went right back up. Like I was nervous all over again. So then I called Nature out, and I was like, Nature, he was like, Charlie, just like, you and Nina, and I was like, nah. Then Yulia was like, who convinced you to come to DWP? And I was like, oh, really? And she was like, Nature, I couldn't call Really. So she called Really, and then Really came and then did more convincing. He actually went outside with me and then did like a warm-up kind of thing. Like he was like, yeah, just warm up, like get in the mood kind of thing. See, Really, Nature, my friends, the whole DWP, they are actually a blessing to my life. My friends in general, let me say my friends, because Yulia was there. People were rooting for me, like in their houses, like, oh, Aliyah, text me when you are done. I did the audition. I almost fell down. I was so shy. After the audition, I was just standing there. I was like, if you remember, you get a blue. If not, they give you a red. And it was only 2 judges. It was Quabbles and Afrobeat. And then the DWP members were kind of like behind watching. So obviously I know that I have support from them, but then it's like these 2 people that I'm here to impress, like, what do they think? Because I'm an old member, they asked, are you willing to accept it? Do you want it to come back in? They did it for other people because there were also other old members, and they all said yes. Afrobeat gave me a blue, and he said yes, I can join. Quabbles is like, let me think about it. Nigga had me like thinking thinking, are you gonna take me or you're not gonna take me? He even called his friend, had a little conversation with him. I was like, Jesus, me going why? And I was the last person, mind you. They made me go last. And then I did it, and then Kwabo said yes. He gave me a blue, which is member. He gave me a member, and I immediately smiled, laughed, and kind of walked out. And I think Endurance hugged me, like as I was walking out. Endurance hugged me, and then Danita hugged me, and then everybody was around me, and then I was so overwhelmed. I started crying, not like but there was definitely tears in my eyes, and I didn't want anyone to see. I was wearing a hat, so when I got out of the room, my friend was there waiting for me, Yulia. She was just like, hey, Sarkofa, and then she held my hat and then she put my head down, and we ran out of the studio. And then I sat down for like 5 minutes for air, and then yeah, that was the audition. It was a very memorable day. I'm very happy. I've been there for, it's March 4th now, so almost 3 weeks. Hey, today is 8. Today is like 8, so I've been there for like 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks, and it's been okay. It's been okay. I've been happy. I mean, I've been smiling, I've been laughing. One thing about dance is that it always makes you forget. It makes you forget, and that's why, like, no matter the problems you have, do you understand? And I feel like that's why that was also like hindering my healing process, do you understand? Because I wasn't dancing, and dancing is my escape route, you understand? So if I'm not dancing, I'm just there thinking. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I was very, 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 very happy. I have been very happy. I'm okay, as you can see. The girl is glowing. The girl is glowing. After like looking back at everything, one lesson that I would say is that if I didn't put Rolly on, I wouldn't have been able to get that amount of support from someone. So because he did mention it, he was like, Aliyah, you are the one who like got me on this thing. I wouldn't be where I am today if not for you, kind of thing. He kind of put me on that vibe, and I was just like, wow, that's crazy. And now you're here helping me. And my lesson for you guys is like, don't do something thinking that you get something in return. Because when I put Rolly on, and when I told him to come to dance class, my mind wasn't that, oh, I'm going to get something from you. Do you understand? When I put him on in 2017. It's 2023 now. This is a whole 6 years later. Do you understand? And I'm now getting the blessing from blessing someone. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So don't think too much about how you help people. And one thing that I have realized is that I'm so blessed for the friends that I have, because if not for them, I wouldn't be able to make some decisions. I wouldn't go to them, and not everybody is blessed with friends like that. So I'm very, very grateful for my friends. You guys know yourself, so I'm not going to mention anybody's name. I hope you like this video, and I hope you understand like everything that went down. And yeah, all that being said, I'm glad I'm able to speak about this thing freely, you understand, without any hate or dislike for anyone in my heart. And I'm just happy for where I am right now. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and you really understand. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and yeah, subscribe to my channel. Follow me on all my social media platforms, as you should. Thank you, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Love you guys so much.